All right, back now, 7:44. The holiday is almost here, and thousands of people are going to be doing some last-minute shopping, traveling, getting the house ready for the in-laws. So the question is, how do you deal with all that stress? Breakthrough healing coach Misa Hopkins is here with the ways to keep your cool during the holidays. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be here.
This is one of those things where we always talk about the holiday cheer and everything. Reality, it ends up being a very stressful situation, especially if you're hosting Christmas or something like that. So what is, in your profession, what is the thing that gets people the most stressed out during this time of year?
Well, there are several things. One can be financial concerns, family issues that come up when you get together, expectations, time commitments. All of those are contributing to our stress. And it's important to pay attention to that stress because it's making us unhealthy.
So the question is then, we all have stress.
Right.
How do you handle it? How do you avoid getting so overwhelmed during the holidays?
All right, we need to make different choices. So, for example, I love holiday traditions. I adore holiday traditions, but they can also become points of stress for us if they're not coinciding with our current lifestyle choices. So when that happens, it might be the perfect time to make some new family traditions. For example, my family decided one year that it was not going to be fun to spend the day in the kitchen. You know, they worked all week.
Yeah.
They did not want to be in the kitchen, so they did Chinese takeout.
Really?
Yes, they did. And they had a wonderful time because they laid back, relaxed, and enjoyed each other.
Now, you have your book here, The Root of All Healing. One of the, I guess, the three things you've talked about at the holidays is to set reasonable standards.
That's exactly right.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it means that if you've got a schedule full of appointments, you might want to look at that and say, what's really priority for me? What's most important and that allows me to have fun? Because if you're not having a good time, you're stressing out more than likely. The National Institutes of Health tells us that 90% of our visits to our primary care physicians are related to emotional stress.
Really?
That tells us we have a lot that we could be doing to take care of ourselves, especially during the holidays.
So what about, because there's so many little things, say you're making the stuffing and mother-in-law says, well, I normally do it this way. Each one of those little events really is not, but those tend to pile up over the course of, say, a 4-day stay. How does someone avoid kind of blowing up and having a big family fight that you end up regretting, down the road?
Stay in a state of kindness and keep your heart open. It's really important to remember to be in gratitude because then those kinds of little things don't bother you in the same way. You can laugh a little bit and say, yep, that's mom. That's how it works. So keep your state as healthy as you can by being in a state of kindness and being in a state of gratitude.
Now, as far as yourself, someone who is, you're a professional in this, but for yourself, what's the biggest holiday stress that you go through?
Oh, for me, it's usually time commitments.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's when my inner Grinch comes out and is making all this noise, and I'm complaining like crazy. So all my husband has to do is say, the inner Grinch is out, and we know it's time.
A reminder to get back.
That's right. Maybe shorten up our commitments a bit.
Misa Hopkins, thank you very much. The book is called The Root of All Healing.